So this is a fully biased tier list, as you might have realized. Okay, what I'm going to judge on this tier list is purely of my preference. Okay, it's either determined by how they look, how they sound, how their personality are, how they are in game, how their reaction, like the relationship is to the main character and whatnot, like certain related content or item related to that person that could also influence me. um, all those are now boiled into this one single tier list of extreme biasness, right? So um, let's just start it. Okay, I started quantum bias. Let's just start all the quantum. Okay, I love the quantum set. I don't know why, just something so appealing to me of having full as a quantum team, right? I already wanted a quantum team before I realized what Silverwolf even give out, right? Zilla being the first ever limited 5-star character I get, like she's just the greatest and carry through me so much of the game content. Like she's, even without the bias, she's still easily S tier, right? Her personality, I really kind of like it. A big contrast difference between this Zilla and the Honkai Impact third Zilla, which I don't particularly like the Honkai Impact third Zilla. I don't really use that character much. So seeing as this is to me a direct upgrade to it, and so she's easily just the top of the top. Okay, Fu Xuan. I don't know whether I want to say Fu Xuan. Can I adjust this? I don't know whether I want Fu Xuan to be above or below Zilla. Okay, Fu Xuan is the currently the only character I have E1 of and have a light cone of. I failed to get, you know what? That's true. I did not get Zilla light cone. I try, I fail horrendously. Okay, but Fushan, I like the little gremlin child. That's like somehow uh, X way superior than everyone, but just treated as a kid in the end. That gimmick, they can make it very tasteless, but I feel like they make it very workable here. Workable, very nice here. Not even workable. So Fushan, fucking amazing. Okay. Um, again, this is me before reading any of their lore. Okay, the only interaction I have is them using them, playing them, and hearing their own voice line in the story mode and whatnot. I didn't personally deep in to each of the character to look at their profile and whatnot. This is what I currently know of them. And Fushan mainly there because she's also amazing preservation, carry so much in the later half of the MOC stage. Like I can literally cannot reach any further without Fushan. So definitely very biased on Fushan. Sui Yi, I think that's how her name pronounced. Um, I like her design. I put up her. She's up here not only because she's quantum, but her design is so fucking unique, right? Like I don't know how to describe it. I think the main part is that her hair is inverted color. Not really inverted. It's like normal hair is not even meant to do like that. Like the inner side of her hair is actually colored. I don't know why it's like specifically because I think she's a puppet or some sort of robot. She don't have like, it's not a real human being. I don't know whether it's someone controlling her or just her soul question mark robot is the only thing left in her. So I'm actually very interesting to figure that out. But destruction is also probably one of the few, uh, one of the least amount of character that I own. So knowing I'm gonna get her will be like emitting that I'm gonna get my second ever destruction character. I'm very sad that she's only a 4 star. So because of that, I'll have to bump her down quite a bit. Silverwolf, like in the Stellar Hunter side, the greatest character there, right? Big fan of Silverwolf, massive fan. Her ability, her usage in game, her power is also out there. One of the best nihility, I would say, in terms of debuffing people. Okay, still wish there's a separate category for debuffing, and she's just she's just there. She's a gamer. Like, come on, she's just a gamer. Like, she's a gamer and a hacker, and that's all she does. I never see her does anything else, and that's like exactly what I want from just a gamer character. Like, she literally just appear in a Pokemon event just to game, and you know what? Fuck it, sure, why not? And I do really like her beef with Scrollum in the SU side, the Simulator Universe side of a event. It's a side part, especially the quest during the first time when not Zilla, Silverwolf banner is out. That's really nice. So definitely, yeah, Quantum Bias up there. QQ, the first character that I absolutely fell in love with and probably still relate the most to. She's just funny. She is the comedian. I imagine all this, really enough, only female quantum character all go into a school bus and just having a road trip. Like, QQ is the comedian of the trip. Just fucking hilarious, man. And she's always down for mahjong. Like, if she's a real life person, she's like horrible to work with. But as someone, like, if she's not in your department, like, she's gonna be the greatest colleague, I guess, because you can just go to her and say, hey, you down for mahjong, and she say, yeah, let's go, and just immediately down for mahjong. Amazing. So I'll put her there. Might even be better than the rest, but you know what? Give the benefit for all the 5 star character. Okay. Lastly, we have Lynx. Lynx is I would say the weakest in terms of quantum team, mainly because I personally did not build her up much at all. So that's why she's quite like that. She's still in terms of story wise, character wise, still nice. I like the little camper uh, giving out a massive pill to people, and just have like one of the better survival instinct out there. Even though it doesn't really showcase it during her event and during her story quest. Her story quest is also cool, really nice. Um, though I still believe that Pela's effects, the Pela side of the story could be separated. Otherwise, she's just a decent character. She's just being part of the Landau family is also a very nice touch. I love when character actually have like relationship, uh, like full on relationship to each other. So we have like the Landau family, and then Jing Liu is like the master of Jing Yuan, and then Jing Yuan is the master of Yanqing. That kind of relationship is always very fun to build. So Yanqing, let's not talk about that. Okay, so next, now it's all the character where I actually will try to grade them in S to D, right? What's S? What's D? Alright, let's go. Asta. I like her design. She have the most simplest but most like elegant, I would say, design out there. She's just a space scientist, a very rich space scientist. What a head. Fucking amazing. Not everyone are gonna go that deep in. Some character that I don't really interact much, but I just like for certain aspect. Very nice. Very good support also. So A she goes. Herta, I like Herta concept. You know, being just one person behind I assume it's like a screen, like 10 million screen or monitor just to control each puppet, just to like monitor each puppet. And the concept of not knowing how Herta personally look like is also very intriguing. Herta having the whole Kuru Kuru meme is also giving out a lot. I'll actually give her a B, uh, mainly just because of the meme, the character, and I really, again, something about just bratty little seemingly small character trying to talk big to the main character, which is significantly bigger than them. And I find that very funny. So B goes. It could be higher if she's actually usable in game. Unfortunately, not. Bronya, don't have her, so only I have to uh, test her out in the story and visual. And I'll say Bronya in the main story mode of Battleborg, Bronya is one of those main protagonists, and you really feel for her. Especially, I I feel like she's like the most affected one. Obviously, the character that um, being suddenly lost her mother and become the supreme guardian so soon is and then have to deal with taxes later also. So I'll say I'll put her as I really like her. Ronya is the classic for most people that play Honkai Impacted. It's like, oh my god, is that Bronya? And it is. And she's broken during launch when you have her with Zilla. She's probably still is. I still want her. Please give it to me. I really, really want Bronya. And the fact that she have a gun. She's the first person who literally used a gun to shoot people. I find it very fantastic, fantastic. Um, but yeah, mainly the story really, man, go absolutely hard on her. Like both instances, she does not have any break at all. Um, Next we'll have Serval. I really like Serval. Um, she's a mechanic. She actually come up quite a big portion of the story portion in the main story in Battleborg. She's a mechanic. She's the fact that like normally if that's all from the surface level of she just appearing in game in the story, I'll say she's a B. But being that she's actually a singer and part of a rock band, and you actually can able to hear one of her song in her trailer, that's definitely an A for me. And using a guitar is sick. Um, Sadly, I would say Japan is a bit lower than that. The concept of just being a very good knight, it's not that intriguing. But I'll give you up one because like normally I will actually put him as C, but the fact that again he's related to the Landau family is a bonus, and also use a fucking guitar case as a weapon. Um, he's also, I keep mixing up pronoun. He's also one of the character that I really would love to get in the early on. So I'll put him as B. Natasha, a really sweet lady. Initially, when I look at her, I don't really like the way she used her ultimate. I still think she have like the weakest ultimate um, skill ever. But her personality and the story of her and her searching for her brother portion was so good that I still till now wish and believe that Natasha brother still exists and will be a future playable character. Because of that, hey, just because of her personality, she's a very caring, nice nurse lady, and she have to deal with character like Hook and whatnot. Pella. She's a fine character before, but now that she's an actual 16 years old, I'm like, huh? Huh? Okay, to be fair, it's not like just because she's 16, I would put her specifically on C. I don't really find myself uh, use her much. People always say that she's a very good 4-star Nihility. And I can definitely tell being giving an AoE defense reduction and whatnot. But because she is an ice character and she have a thing that reduce ice resistance, she's very good with Yanqing. And remember, this is a very biased show, a tier list. So if you're related to Yanqing at all, you're getting dragged down. Otherwise, I like I honestly will probably put her at D, but the fact that she's also part of the band with Serval is very funny, and the fact that she also do fanfic, is that what it's called, on characters, uh, it's also a nice touch. So yeah, she's also really put her a C because her attack animation is one of the weakest one. I mean, she just poked something in the book and that's it. Clara, Clara. I will say an A, maybe an S. There's no Stravok here, so we have to combine Stravok together. Stravok, I generally will put Stravok lower than Clara if there's given a chance. A lot of people will say, oh, Stravok is like the Giga Chat, um, you know, and I would most of the time I will agree with them. But thinking about it, Clara herself is way more understanding, way more reasonable than Stravok is, obviously during the story mode. And the fact that she's like what 12, 14, she's like literal kid to teenager that able to become a mechanic. Like she's a talented mechanic. She's able to find scrap, rebuild, repair robots, and I feel like she's even on par with like character like Serval. Like she's actually one of the most talented child I've ever seen on a character I've ever seen in my life. Not child, like she's like a teen. She's an actual teen. Um, and obviously the big bonus of her pairing up with Stravok is also a very nice touch. And her gimmick, she's one of those few characters that actually have a gimmick in her gameplay where you want to get hit to do counter attack. I think there's only like 2 persons so far that are able to do counter attack, which is Clara and March 7. Because of that, I really like her gimmicky style. She's very fun. If I ever have her, I'm gonna have, I'm gonna assume I'm gonna have so much fun. Okay, if I ever have her, and for that reason, I'll say she's an S. Alright. Shampoo. I really like Shampoo. Shampoo is one of those characters that's like definitely a comic a comic character for comedy relief. I think that's what it's called. And I say he does well. He's the bad kind of funny. It's like he does something so stupid that is rotate down back to too stupid to like stupid enough to be funny. That's what Shampoo basically is. And I can definitely I like gameplay wise also I really like that he does AoE dot. Like he's one of those he's one of the character that able to apply a dot very fast a lot, and using what is it like like the knife, like a spinning knife thingy as a weapon is definitely a plus factor. He's just cool. He'll scam people with scam people out of their money, but he's just cool, you know. I definitely won't like be around him, but I wouldn't mind uh, him at all. It's a weird concept. Like I wouldn't say I would want to be around him, but if he is around me, you know, not trying to steal my money, I wouldn't mind. So yeah, hey, I cannot remember the English name. The male trailblazer, the Caesar Sealer, Cell. Uh, no comment. So much so I'll put a D. But the female trailblazer, we go through so much journey together. So far, so wide, right? We travel through many planets, 3 planets to be fair, and encounter so many different stories. And obviously, this is stupid because this is basically meant to be a self-insert. But I generally think that the Trailblazer, they make it so that it's not too self-inserty without being not self-inserty. Like it is self-insert, but in a way that you actually believe that, oh, this character can just be on its own, right? And that's what I love about Trailblazer is that I always view the Trailblazer as a character. I hate putting myself into the story. Um, I don't think there's ever a time, like I generally cannot think back a time where, unless like the character is literally a blank canvas, for example like Minecraft. But as long as there is a story, um, and people have referred to you in a way and whatnot, I never try to self-insert myself because I assume that that character itself is the specific character. For example, like Stanley Parable, um, Stanley is just Stanley. Even though you control Stanley, and Stanley is a mute protagonist, you might assume you want to be self-inserted as Stanley, because whatever you act is basically however you act is like you reflected as yourself, right? But I just always like to think that however you act is how Stanley could have act also, and but all the different possibility is also what could have Stanley have done, right? So same thing with the Trailblazer is that all the Trailblazer option and dialogue uh, is something that I will believe that they will, except for a few occasion where I have to question about it. Other than that, most of the dialogue, especially like the jokey one, I can definitely see them doing it. So yeah, the Trailblazer really, you know, good. Next we have Hook, Pitch Dark Great Hook, the Black. I really like Hook. Am I crazy? I'm not crazy, right? I like Hook. She's just fun to be around. She's just the most like little ball of joy ever. Because she's just a kid. She don't know shit. You know, nothing. Uh, Nothing like what you call. She have no worry, so she always live to play. And I envy her because of it. And the fact that she's basically the the godfather of a crime boss, soon to be a crime boss in the in the underworld, which I will believe if they ever do a time jump and all the characters grow up, dude, they would need to showcase Hook as the criminal boss that she is. Like, that will be epic. Gameplay wise, she's a destruction. Um, and I don't use destruction, so can't be an S. Then again, Clara is a destruction. Clara is a different kind of destruction. It's one that I actually want. Also, Hook is A because of her story with her father, and that whole story is like so sweet, like the most sweetest thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, oh, oh. So, Hook, Hook. In fact, you're going up. You're going up. You're all the way up. Okay, I might rearrange this later. but definitely a very good character. Locha, I don't like that I don't like that he's actually kinda misdirecting people, because he actually showed that he actually have some ill intent. He always play off like, I'm. If this character is generally like a normal person, but people keep viewing him uh, as a very suspicious person, I think that's a very nice concept, you know. But I the he just purposefully try to make himself as suspicious as possible, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on? Like, who, like, really? That's it. Your character is just to be sus. That's his character. His character is sus, and I feel like that's all to wait for his death, right? We don't know anything else about him. We don't know what's in the coffin. You know, we don't know why he's here. Each the latest story with Jing Liu does showcase that, oh, the he actually want to get quote unquote locked up, or go to trial first, go to the court, and because he have disclosed, he have known something that could be potentially very useful for the Tenlock Commission to hear. So I'm interested to that portion of the story, but currently, as current is, he is just a bunch of nothing, and he's the first person who left the fucking Trailblazer caravan. So you are losing my respect, Mr. Otto. So Jing Yuan, he's just a general. You know, initially I see him as a very cool dude, but he's just a general, a very chill general. It's not bad. I like his very lax attitude, but that's about it. Like, that's about it. He's a general, you know. He make good appearance. He make good judgment call. You know, he is worthy to be called a general, sure. But in the end, he's still just a general. Very nice glaive, sword, spear. I think it's called glaive, and the whole lightning lock concept, uh, really fantastic. But holy shit, he is so unusable in my team right now. So see you go. I'm sorry, general, but um, that's how it is. Plus, you're the master of Yanqing, so you know what I say. You know what I say. Bai Lu, um, eh, I like her story, as even though her story is not really focused on her, it's more focusing on someone else completely. While she's basically escaping from the Alchemy Commission. But I like Bailu because she's the only, well, she's the used to be the only Vidyadhara character until Dragon Danghen come out. But being as she's very unique, she have that visualize factor going for her, and being a doctor, being a child doctor, basically, um, I don't know, something about seeing young people doing some advanced stuff always intrigue me. You know, seeing Clara doing some advanced mechanic stuff intrigue me. Seeing Bailu, even though we know Bailu is I don't know, has been reborn and reborn again, still really intrigue me. And I feel like that's it though. Um, as a healer character, I don't have her, so I cannot, you know, by for like a few times where I actually use her in the support, by my support friend. She just okay lah, you know. She heal okay lah, and I mean that's about it. She's just a healer. Tin Yun, I mean this fella is dead. Like, this fella is like on a gravestone, uh, but she's still a bit. I like that she referred to us as benefactor. I really wish each character have their own unique way to address the trailblazer, because trailblazer is a very, I don't know, very awkward term, I'll say, especially for people that don't really understand. So for example, like even Hook, they call us as the fuck, what's Hook call us again? Honorary member of the mode. Like that's very adorable. So think you have that going on. The whole review of her breaking her neck and potentially actually dying um, is a wow factor. But her gameplay is actually pretty simple. She's really strong. That's why I keep using her. Like obviously she's like broken as fuck as a 4-star character. But she's mostly just as she's just a Foxian beauty, and I don't really care much about Foxian beauty factor. So I'll put this at B, a respectable B. Uh, if this thing can work. I'll put character like this. Okay, very high B. Maybe could be a A. Could be a A. Su Shang. She's another one of those goofy character. I really like that I actually put her a B. I like that she's actually not from Zenzo also, and she's transferred to Zenzo, and I mean the Lofu, not Zenzo, but to the Lofu, but and she's apparently a cloud knight, but can't really do much clouding or knighting. In fact, her gameplay wise, eh, you know, she can do a lot of damage. She's actually a very good early game DPS, um, and I believe she still could do a lot in late game if you build her very well with a good with pair up with good team. But I don't use her much, and therefore just a B. Um, I would say a C, but her out is generally funny and still will be funny, just rice peanuts. So look, I'm still a child, okay? There we go. Yukong, gameplay wise is a C, story wise is a B. I mean story wise is a A. Like it's one of those few characters where we know nothing of the character except for like the initial part. You just know her. She's like um, part of the what's her commission again? The Starscream Faring Commission, whatnot. Um, the helm keeping master or whatnot. But her gameplay is very meh. She doesn't fit at all. She's very speed dependent, so once you have her in, you need to like readjust your entire team based on her speed and everyone else where you want her buff to use speed wise. So I guess she's low B. I like her story where the whole Foxian story with the daughter and whatnot. That generally as a very self-contained story really worked well, and she is related. And her being the one that give the farewell to Tinyo is also a very nice touch. Um, but her gameplay really drag it down quite a lot, I would say. March 7, she's a very fine girl. Like she's a very fine, very okay girl. That kind of fine. I don't find her annoying. I do find her being stupid, kinda not stupid lah, but being a airhead, uh, really charming. But god damn, am I not using her at all? So, no sorry. But her story where she potentially tied to a very uh tied to an Aeon and having an Aeon blocking her memory is a very interesting story factor. But that has not been unlocked, so for now, as currently is, she's a C, and also she's a C because she have not yet received her outfit yet. The moment she receives her outfit, it's right there. But I don't see her outfit anyway, so I'm angry. See it goes. Dang he's just a dude. He's just a dude. He's a dude of the dude. You know, I. He's the silent kind of dude. He's, the dude. He's the better kind of dude, but he's still the dude. Dude. He's dude. I don't use this dude at all, so he's still the dude for the dude. Uh, I'll do say like if you group them together with the Trailblazer, March 7 and Duncan, these trio work really well together, right? If these three are like interconnected to each other, I'll say that's definitely a S tier content. I'll watch a fucking skit show all about revolving about them, right? But just the dude itself, eh? Like you can tell from the Jingliu event, he's just there to witness, and that's it, right? He have no he have involvement, but he have not much say to it. He have no comment to it. He always just say the same thing where the past is the past, is not related to me and whatnot. And I find that kind of irritating. After a certain point, I'm like, okay, yeah, we get it. But he's just a dude. I'll jump ahead to Dragon Hood. He's now just a cooler dude. He's just a cooler dude. I do like that his skill become a three wave form attack. But other than that, he's just a cooler dude. That's fine enough. Um, yeah. But I'll put Marcel one up here. I generally think Marcel is a very it's a fine it's fine. She is fine. Um, Dragon Duncan does have something better than, obviously it's a better one, not only because it's powerful, but um, the fact that he become a Vidradra really showcase something. But the fact that he no longer use his spear as the main weapon is kind of stupid. So that's that. Himiko, I feel like as a Honkai Impact third player, it's a mandatory for me to put her here. But I didn't read the Honkai Impact story, so she's just A. She's one of those cozy mom that just take care of the children when the children come back from home, which is basically come back to the train. I like that she's basically a caffeine addict, but make the worst caffeine coffee ever. So that's very charming. And other than that, you don't see her doing much combat. My opinion of her would change drastically after the Peliconi planet where she's gonna be involved, because all the way until now, Himiko is the only character that we didn't travel much with, except for like the tutorial of the game where she kind of saved us. But other than that, like her character wise as a unit is also not that great. She's one of the weakest 5-star characters, so I can't justify myself put her as S. But well, on the other hand, I'll say a low S. This guy is cool. Now see, this Duncan is a dude. Dragon Duncan is a cooler dude. Welt is the coolest grandpa though. But I have to, normally I would say he's probably also very high S, but the fact that I lost both my 75-25 banner light cone to the Welt light cone trigger me quite a lot. So I'll still put him as S, even though I really but the moment I get Welt, all's fair, all's well, because then I can use the light cone on Welt. And the web icon at least is I'm able to use it unlike Yanqing here. So yeah, well, very nice character. I like that he is the original, the same belt that came from Honkai Impact, and she's probably the only character, unless, but the fact that he can just summon a black hole on Veil, I'm like, you're not sure, sure. Why? Should we let the grandpa do that? I guess. I kind of sad that he did not have much action when he's in Zenzo. He still mostly rely on us, but it's just cool. He's cool, you know. It's just mostly just him with his background really put him as S. Um, Kafka. This is gonna be a bit controversial, I assume. I'll put her next to Himiko. Himiko and Kafka. I don't know why. I don't know when people start shipping them. Um, but you know what? I'm fine with it. I I think I believe I say this during when I try to pull for Kafka. I the one of the few that don't particularly see her as the mummy that everyone that's like simping for. Uh, like she's mummy material, sure, but she's not particularly my version of the mummy material. I saw her as like, wow, she's a great looking character. Thumbs up, double thumbs up, right? I mean, okay, she's definitely better than Himiko. Sorry, Himiko. Purely because she's actually a character usable. Kafka being the what you call it, the dot queen, really nice. Literally have a whole um, mech like way of attacking using purely having purely by her on the team. So story wise, we still don't know much about Kafka. She's manipulative, sure, but I don't think she's purposely doing it to harm others. She's in fact, I still one of those. I still believe Stellar Hunter is not bad, right? Like they're bad, but they're like the anti-hero kind of bad, right? Where they do bad thing, but they kind of for the greater good, kind of deal, right? We still don't know what Elio plan is, but that's the idea of the Sterile Hunter there. I mean, by the name itself, it sounds interesting, right? They're hunting for Sterilon. I feel like people maybe interpreting it as like they are collecting Sterilon and maybe creating some Ultra Sterilon machine, but I don't see that being the case. Yeah, she's great. She's nice to have. I don't think as she's not like very special. Like the S character is one of those characters that's like that is the character for Star Rail. So far, Bronya because of her entire story in Belleborg. Clara because I just like Clara. Your MC obviously, and Vel. And of course all the quantum, but you know, we set that aside. Alan, this dude is even less of a dude. This dude is so forgotten and dead. And like the only thing that really special about this dude, from what I have gathered the knowledge of, he's just a security manager, right? He just handles security. He's a security captain or something like that. The concept initially is great. The hurting yourself to do extra damage without spending skill point. That sounds very nice. Sounds lovely. But then all the limited character come out, and you're like, why would I use Arlen at all if I have already have all these limited character, right? So therefore, you don't ever see Arlen ever again, and I'll don't. I mean, yeah. The only thing I find it interesting that he have great relationship with Asta, and I really like Asta. So I really like it. Like the deck chemistry, but other than that, Alan don't really have that much distinguished feature. Um, he does have a dog though. Just because he have a dog. Blade, he's still a dude. He is still the dude. You can definitely tell um, my gender bias, but I think Blade is just edgy, a bit too edgy. He's a fun kind of edgy in combat, so I'll put him at C, but he's just edgy for edginess. Um, yeah, that's it. Luca. Um, I'll say he's okay lah. I, I mean, he's probably the one of the least developed, I would say, character, because you just know him as a Bellabog champion. But he look, kind-hearted enough. You do go through that one quest, but that quest really barely do really barely like showcase Luca. Um, but it does, it's more of a I don't know. The Luca quest is, I remember Luca quest. There's a twist behind it, where he's actually doing it for a fan that really look up to him, and that definitely moved me. So, but his character itself is just a fighter with a robot arm that does bleed. He's a decent. He's a decent dude. He's a decent dude. He's a decent dude. Going Iphone, just purely from the animation standpoint, the animation, like like that's the wait, this is the thing. Oh, I didn't know that's how it works. Like, ta-da. Do I have to explain anymore? Jingliu, I say she's the same as Locha. They're both very strong in gameplay wise, but the story really does not help. And the fact that she acknowledged Yanqing really rubbed me the wrong way. So I'm like, you know what? No, no. So Jingliu, like, it's very interesting for the developer side, where they introduce a character to almost immediately like lock her off. Like, yeah, you have a trial version of her. You see her like in 1.2, I believe, or 1.1 in one of the side quests. In the Yanqing side quest, which is also why I really don't like Yanqing. But you don't really hear from her ever again, all the way until 1.4, where we have her in a banner, and her story literally just ended. Uh, she almost give like the giving up attitude, in a way, which I don't don't prone of, don't fond of. Like, she justified it by saying like, oh, she's doing it so she can be forgiven. She repented. Basically, like she's repenting her sin. But just giving up and handing yourself in is not particularly the most interesting way to do it, and B, not really doing it in the first place. Like, can't Like you shoot someone and lock and turn yourself in doesn't really justify you able to clear your name of shooting someone, right? So I like her design. I like her, you know, her combat ability, just her story and her attitude towards her vision of life is not. And the fact that she just got locked off now, and now uh presumably we just don't know, or we presumably we will never see her ever again. So like the current standpoint of Jing Liu is there still better than Liu Cha though. Topaz, even though I use her now, even though I lately use her for like most of the stuff, um, I'll say she's still just a mainly because of Namzi. Namzi is Namzi is a plus. Having a 1+1 character is always a plus. But she's just a text person, right? Like her character, her story is actually interesting. Like you cannot separate the story and the person, is interesting. But isolating the person itself is like she's just a office worker. It's the same reason why like if you group like my main character March 7 and Duncan, like she's like they are great, but the moment you're isolating one one of them is like Topaz is just a office worker that collect taxes. um but she's still good. Like she's reasonable. She's interesting. She actually have some moral on her, and again, normally just Topaz, not Topaz. Namzi really boosts her character up quite a lot. Without Namzi, where would I put her? I'll say a low A. Like currently, she's probably there. Well, Namzi, I'll say it's fine. Like if she doesn't have like the characteristic of loving fluffy animal, then it's probably like a B. But it's kind of nice to have character that actually have some um, characteristic. Um, then most of the time, most people wouldn't show like Topaz really like cute fluffy animal. So having like that, it's basically like flaw, quote unquote. It's not really a flaw, but those kind of a thing that individualized character, or unifying qualities on the character. I'll say it's really nice. Argentine, I don't want to say anything more than that. Hanya, I generally don't know anything about Hanya. Like her design wise is one of the best, but I don't know anything. I just know she used a brush. And okay, the fact that she used the brush as a weapon, I'll put her at B already. But she's like apparently part of Temple Commission, and that's it. Like I generally don't know anything about her. Ho Ho, okay. This is recency bias, mainly because of all the promotion and the trailer related to Ho Ho. She is okay. Literally the 1+1 deal, same as Clara. She's basically Clara, but in a Zenzo Clara, right? She's um doesn't seem qualified, but she's extremely talented in the field, and she have a partner. In her case, literally her tail being possessed, and her animation, her attack, her skill animation, her out animation definitely feel it on par on like Clara. Like Huohuo definitely feel like wow, that character is definitely a 5-star worthy character. Take note, Argentine. Ruan Mei, oh, I would normally put her immediately at S. I will still put her S. Her character is fantastic looking, and the fact that she helped us a lot in the SU really make her likable in the game. And she's the first limited 5 star. How many character? I'm definitely interested in how they implement that, and the fact that she's also part of the Genius Society. That concept itself is also really fun to view. And lastly, we have Doctor Ratio. Doctor Ratio is just a dude. He's just a dude. He have a very punchable face. I don't know why. He's one of those people that I imagine would love to go ramble and ramble and ramble on so unnecessary stuff, like the equation of Euler formula for example, and you just gonna sit there, listen, and you're clenching your face, and you just want to knock him right in the nose. That all is a very fine dude. I like her design. His design is really simple. Um, but it's like that's it. It's really simple. It's not really like outstand. It's not standing out or anything. Um, okay, the word where I use really like doesn't really fit. It's more like it's simple. It's aesthetically workable. So I'll put a B. I don't know how it's gonna function in game. Imaginary Hunt is definitely very interesting. The name itself, honestly, does drop down quite a lot because that's the stupidest name ever, Doctor Ratio. But it's funny enough. I'll leave it as is. And with that, that's it. That's every character so far, all the way up to even 1.6. What can we say about this tier list? I don't know. Do I want to change any person? I generally think it's fine. Like Hook definitely there. Okay, so as I said, S tier. Um, Hover could potentially even be better than Clara, but I really love Clara. Clara is one of those person that I really enjoyed. Um, but these two are just office worker, man. These two are literally just office worker. Um, that I mean, I'm happy with where I put. Yeah. Here. Yeah, I'm happy where I put. Okay. So this is my current standing. Maybe in the next 100 days, I'll do another one. I'll update it and see my opinion of them, whether my opinion of them change or not. I'll love to save. Can I just download it? I can. Okay, there we go. So that is my official tier list. On what? Yes. So with that,